Hey, what's up, everybody? Eric Meldrum here, your favorite Brighton realtor, and we are talking about literally all things fall today. So, what I wanted to talk about was some things if you're thinking about moving or living here in Michigan in the fall, what are some things to do? All right, it's a big common question that we get asked so often is, hey, I'm looking for things to do. We see this question pop up in the group. Where are the trick or treats? Where are the apple ciders? Where are the pumpkin patches? What is there to do around Brighton during the fall? So, wanted to talk about some of that stuff today. I'm going to share some of our favorite things to do, here in the Brighton area and the surrounding areas as well, because there are so many amazing farms and just events going on that we want to share with you guys. So we're going to get into that a little bit. But if you guys are watching from the group, drop some comments. I'm going to be asking some questions for you guys. Make sure you're dropping some comments there. If you want the comments to show up, I think you got to accept StreamYard on your desktop or wherever you're watching from. Hey, and if you're returning from our YouTube channel, welcome back. This is another great thing we're doing to showcase all things Brighton, here in the area. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. One of the big questions, like I said, we get asked is where the heck can we go for a nice hot cider and some donuts, apples, and pumpkins here in Brighton? So we curated a list. We got a list here I'm going to bring up, and let's get this screen share going. All right. So I think this question comes up a lot because, when you search cider mills, and you're living in Brighton, there's not one specifically right in Brighton, so you got to look outward to some of the neighboring cities and areas to find, the apple orchards and pumpkin patches, but they're awesome too. So a couple of the ones that I love, we go to with our family is if you want to come up to Spicer's here. This is actually in the Fenton area, just north of Heartland. Spicer's Orchard is amazing. They got tons of things to do with the kids. We took our girls there. They have a playscape. They got kind of a petting zoo. You can ride a horse, like a mini pony. You can ride a pony there. And then they have hay rides. And then in the wintertime, they actually do something really cool, around Christmas time is they do a Santa sled ride back to a cabin in the woods. And we did this last year with our family. We went out there, we got family photos and just pictures with Santa, but they take you to this cabin in the woods and Santa's there. They have bonfires all around to keep you warm. And then each family goes in or each, kid goes in and can take their picture with Santa. So that was really cool. We enjoyed doing that. So Spicer's Orchard, it comes up on every recommendation. I mean, there's just so many things to do. They have some great wines there. They got some great hard ciders as well. And then another one that we really like is Three Cedars Farms. This is more kind of on the smaller scale, but they do a really good job. I love Three Cedars because like you just go there and everything's red, right? It's the red barn, feeling, and you're at a farm. So they have hay rides. They have bonfires this year. We just took our girls there. We had a school event. We went and got apples and donuts and cider and rode they have a hayride, but they also have a mini train, which is really cool. So if you have little ones and they're kind of scared of the hayride with the tractor, you can take them on the mini train and it goes around just a small little loop. But they got the whole horn, they got a tunnel in there. And my youngest Chloe, she was like, "Oh my gosh, we're in a tunnel!" And the tunnel was like this big, but they loved it. They absolutely loved it. So if you guys are looking for something to do there, Three Cedars is another good option. They do have a playscape as well. They do have a petting zoo, and they have other little things where you can kind of go into a corn pit, kind of roll around with the kids. I didn't get in there. No, I'm not getting in there, but the kids love it. So yeah, that's a good one. And then some other good ones here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Just to the west, Blake Farms isn't coming up, but Blake Farms is here. Let me search in this area. Let's do pumpkin patch. Some of these farms need to get on their SEO. right? So I guess Blake Farms only comes up when you want apples. So Blake Farms is another good one in South Lyon. They have a ton of stuff to do as well. So that's a really big farm. I know a lot of people recommend that one as well. Let me go back to apple cider mills. All right. And then Dexter Cider Mill. This is another awesome one. A lot of stuff to do there. That's also kind of a red barn feel. You can go in, have a great time there. So this is again a common question that comes up, with you got families in the area. These are the type of things you're looking to do, when you live in Brighton. A lot of family oriented stuff. So these cider mills are all surrounding Brighton. They're within 5-10 minutes driving distance, from Brighton. Some maybe 15, but you can get there pretty quickly, and they're all a great time. So definitely check out cider mills. That's a really fun thing to do here in Michigan in the fall. And then, one of the other things that, we love, doing, is we used to do this when the girls were little, is we would just literally drive around, during the fall. And this is, if you're visiting Michigan for the first time, or if you've heard about how beautiful the colors are here in Michigan with the trees and the yellows, the reds, the vibrant colors here in the fall, like it's so true. I mean, you have so much of that going on. And if you go north at the right time, like if you hit some highways like M22 and some of the northern highways up in the Traverse City, Petoskey area. There's the tunnel of trees up in Petoskey, but those are the destination places. And believe it or not, like right here in Brighton and the surrounding areas, I mean, look at all this greenery. I mean, you don't have to go far to get all these vibrant colors. I mean, we drive up and down, Old 23, and the girls are out the window like, oh my gosh, look at that red tree, look at that yellow one. And it's just they're amazing colors to see. So if you go south here and go to the Portage Chain of Lakes, like this is a really cool thing. I think there's some companies that do some tours of the lakes starting in the fall area. And if not, like this is a great business idea. If somebody's looking for, a business, towards the fall, like seasonal, like do boat tours of the chain of lakes and show people the amazing colors on the lakes. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful as you drive through, some of these areas. You can get the same effect, and you don't have to go far. Like you don't have to drive up to Traverse City, Petoskey area. We have it right here in our backyard. So just driving through, Livingston County and the Brighton Heartland area, you have all the fall colors. You have literally everything you need right here. And I'm telling you, that boat idea with the tours, if somebody does that, if you guys know somebody who does that, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear who's doing that, and if they're actually doing this right now. I mean, that's a great business idea. If they are, I have no idea that they're doing it. I'd love to know who it is and get them on the podcast here and, um, you know, unpack a little bit more about their business and learn a little bit more about who they are and how they came about, doing that. So, the colors here are great. That goes into not only touring the lakes and driving around here in the area, but there's so many nature centers. As we look at them, let me look at the map here. Let me pull that back up. All right. As you're looking at the map here, you can see all this beautiful greenery, right? And within driving distance, you have um, Proud Lake Recreation, you have Kensington, which is just right over here. You got Island Lake Recreation Area, Brighton Recreation Area. This is where Jump Island is. You got the Pinckney Recreation Area down here in the Waterloo Recreation Area. I mean, there's so many of them, within driving distance, and all of these rec areas. They have bike trails, they have campsites, they have so much stuff to do outdoors that you can literally go there. If you want to do a nice hiking trail, in the fall, this is amazing. All right, one of my real estate friends just posted the other day. He did a 12 or yesterday. He did a 12-hour walk from, I believe it was Plymouth, up to Hell, Michigan. Right, so he walked from Plymouth, right over here. I think it was like Plymouth or somewhere in here, and he walked to Hell, Michigan, and he got some amazing photos. Like he took a photo like every 30 minutes, and I was just kind of flipping through them and seeing, some of the sites and these back trails and these paved walkways and all these different areas that are between here and there. Like this is the beauty of our area. I mean, this is why people move to the Livingston County and Brighton area is for the nature, right? To be outdoors, to have a little bit more rural area, but close to all the city amenities, right? And I thought that was just really cool. I mean, he ended up in Hell, Michigan, which, yes, if you're watching this and you didn't know there was a Hell, Michigan, hell yes, there is a Michigan, Hell, Michigan here, and they have some cool events, um, during the summer months and fall months, that are all about the city there. So definitely check that out. And going with these trails, like even in the winter time, there's so much to do coming into the winter. Mount Brighton is going to be opening up soon. So if you're skiing, snowboarding, they have tube courses down there. You can do all these things, and you don't have to go very far. I mean, you have everything right here within driving distance in Brighton. And if you do want to go out a little far, like you're vacationing in Michigan, just zoom out and you're on 75 north all the way up north, right? And you can get to about, the Houghton Lake area, Roscommon. There's some awesome trails for snowmobiling. There's, Boyne Mountain up here in Boyne City. You got some other, smaller, ski resorts and everything. We usually stay in the kind of the Glen Arbor area when we go up. There's an old ski resort called Sugarloaf. The ski resort's closed down, but the condo association is still open, and they have some golf courses up there. Obviously, now we're not playing golf in the winter, but we go up there in the summer and winter just to go, visit some of the local places. And we were just talking about a trip up there to do a wine tour event, and they have in the winter they have a really cool wine tour. You can do it by bus, but they schedule it, and all the wineries participate in it. And it's just a great event where they have fires outside, they have little warmers, and you're going around doing a wine tasting tour, from winery to winery. And my wife and I, fun fact is, I actually proposed to my wife on our second. We went the first year, and then the second year we went with our friends. And I said, "Hey, I think this is a great opportunity to propose," and I did. All right. She said yes, by the way. Now we have 2 kids, and we're happy than ever. So that'd be really weird and awkward if she said no and I'm telling the story and it was a different one. But yeah, that's Brianna. She's amazing. So, I just wanted to touch upon those things, as we look, for fall in Michigan here, and specifically our hometown Brighton. There's so much to do. Right. So cider mills, apple orchards, hiking trails, going and just exploring the nature. I mean, there's so many of these out here in the area, and then we have a lot of events. If you guys have been, in the group, and you guys know, a lot of the trunk or treats and just different events that are taking place, there's a lot of information in there. So if you just search, trick or treating in the group, you can find a lot of information around who's having what, around town. But I made a list of, a couple of them that I just wanted to share with you guys, that are coming up here in the next couple of days. On the 10/26, Oak Point is having their trunk or treat, at the Oak Point Country Club. On 10/28, Brighton Center of Performing Arts has their trunk or treat. And then on 10/29, there's a trunk or trinket at the Legacy Sports Center off of Winans and Rickett Road. And then on 10/30, there is trunk or treat in Genoa Township. And there's so much more too, guys. This is just a little snippet of exactly what's going on around town with trick or treating. I remember growing up, like trick or treating for us was door to door, and I hope a lot of kids doing that. We're looking forward to doing that with our girls, going door to door. Trunk or treat's just not the same as you go. And if you've grown up, going door to door, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about with the trunk or treat. It's just not the same experience. It's cool. You get to see all your friends dress up, but we're really looking forward to going door to door. So Brighton still does this downtown Brighton, all the surrounding subdivisions. They have great trick or treating around town, and that's one of the things we look forward to in the fall. So, if you guys have any questions, or maybe I missed something that you love to do in the fall, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys on what your favorite things to do, here in the fall for for events, activities, outdoor events, things that you really enjoy about the fall weather. There's so many people that once it gets a little bit warmer, right? Towards the tail end of the summer, and that warm weather starts going away, it starts becoming, a little bit chillier. Everybody's really looking forward to, busting out your sweaters and all your fall gear. I know I look forward to it every year. Like if I could have fall weather, year round, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. That'd be perfect for me. But obviously I love the summers here. I love the change of season. And that's one thing I think, about Brighton, and Michigan in general is like we have four seasons. It's changing all the time. So we have summer, we have spring. Sometimes, I know this, like we don't have spring. It just comes and goes like super quick. But having the fall and summer and spring all change, during the year. It gives you a breakup, and then you can bust out your fall gear. So pumpkin spice everything is coming into fruition here, guys. Like if you if you're into the pumpkin spice, you have your pick of the litter, like pumpkin pie, pumpkin lattes, like everything is coming out of the woodworks. And I know I've been looking at the line at Starbucks for all those pumpkin spices. It's a real thing. I get it. Like I totally get it. They're delicious, and you want your pumpkin spice. But I actually heard somebody say like, pumpkin uh what is it? The pumpkin spice just doesn't do it for them. Like if they could have apple everything. And I think apple is probably a more, folly type, flavor for most of the things that I grew up. Like my grandma was always making apple pies. So I always associated fall with like the smell of apple pie. So I kind of gravitate that way. Like I think there's two different camps here. Like you're either pumpkin or you're apple, right? Love to see that in the comments below. If you guys tell me, are you pumpkin or are you apple? Perfect. Hi from Grand River. So somebody's watching and driving. Don't watch and drive. All right, guys. So, a couple of the things that we just wanted to go over on this live was, things to do in the fall here in Brighton, Michigan. Now, if you're thinking about moving or considering a move to Brighton, Michigan, we've always got your back. Reach out to us. We do this on a daily basis, and this is the type of content that we're looking to make. A couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys, about some upcoming things that we have going on is we're going to be taking a lot of the events that are in the group. And I know I get this question and people message me a lot with things going on, in the area. They want to promote their events, and we want to help you do that. Right. So we want to help you get your events out. We want to help, shine a light on you if you're a local business. We've really stopped a lot of advertising in the group. And that's one of the things I think a lot of people appreciate about the group here is like we don't advertise, in the group. And we're going to do that in a special way, to help businesses out, through what's going to be an upcoming recession. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. I mean, a recession's right around the corner, but we want to help you guys, and be a place to spread the word if there's something cool going on in your business. Now, you can't vomit advertising all over this, but we have some cool things coming up, and we are going to be creating a website that is dedicated for all things Brighton, Michigan. Okay. All events, all the videos that we're making here about, the surrounding areas, Brighton, Pinckney, Hamburg, Howell, South Lyon, Whitmore Lake, all the areas that are surrounding Brighton, which is our hometown. We want to be able to curate all those onto one website and then share out our experiences with people. Okay. So we're really excited about this. We have our first edition of the website coming in December. We got a really special spotlight coming out with some of our good friends here that I'm really excited to share their story. They're just an amazing family, here in Brighton. And I think once you read about them, you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, like these people are amazing. And that's what the website is really all about, is to share, people, experiences, and learn from one another about why we live here, right? Why do we choose to call Brighton home? And I think everyone has their own reason. For us, it's the location and the family orientation of everything, right? There's so many amazing families. This is where we chose to raise our girls, and we absolutely love it here. So really excited to share all this stuff with you guys, as we unpack a lot more stuff that we're doing here in the group. And you've seen a lot more of these lives coming to you about, things going on. We're a local group of people wanting to share this experience with you, right? There's more people, and you guys see my face a lot, but believe me, this doesn't happen just alone. Like, I'm not running a group of 29,000 people alone, or sharing this content journey, with you guys alone too. We have a whole team behind me of copywriters, editors, video staff that's editing the videos and production style. Like, there's so much more, right? We don't need to go into any of that, on this live, but I just wanted to show you guys, like, we are coming out with some really cool things. And if you're somebody that's active in the community, and has, somebody that, hey, you think we should highlight on a podcast like this or an episode, like, get a hold of me, reach out, DM me. We want to hear from those type of people. And really, we have a list of people already lined up, but like, we want to be able to connect with those people that maybe I don't have a relationship with yet, or I don't even know about yet. Right. I mean, that's the whole point of this series. Is there's so many things going on around town, and even me, like, actively involved in a lot of these things, seeing the events and everything come through the group, I still can't put my finger on everything, right? So if you're somebody that is either wanting to come on here or knows somebody that should be a guest on this show, let me know. I'd be happy to get them on there, and kind of chop it up with them and understand how we can share their story with you guys on why Brighton, why is it such an amazing place, why did you choose to live here, and what should other people know about Brighton from an outsider's perspective, right? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up, and thanks for hanging with me today. I love doing these and sharing, my experiences with you guys. So, if you are thinking about moving or considering a move to Brighton, definitely give me a call. Numbers down below. All my contact information is in the description. If you're watching this from the group, go over to our YouTube channel, check it out. It's Living in Brighton, Michigan. And YouTube, you can go ahead and subscribe, keep updated on all the new videos that were coming. And if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely jump over into the Facebook group, Brighton Michigan Happenings, which we'll be updating the name soon. But Brighton Michigan Happenings for now, and go ahead and join and get plugged in with all the cool things going on here in Brighton, Michigan. So until next time, guys, go out and have an awesome day. We'll catch you later.